up next, Cardolite Specialty Chemicals Limited. Chemistry for tomorrow, Cardolite. VV Titanium Pigments Private Limited. Victor Agencies. Our next diamond sponsor, Victor Agencies. Moving on to our gold sponsors, we thank our title sponsor, our platinum and diamond sponsors, and moving on to our gold sponsors, ladies and gentlemen, Ajay Exports. Please give a huge round of applause to Acros Synthetics Private Limited. Acros. Welcoming our next gold sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, All Next Raisins India Private Limited. May I please invite ANR International Private Limited. Do we have ANR International Private Limited? Anupam Colors and Chemical Industries. May I please invite our next gold sponsor, Opera Enterprises. Our next sponsor for the evening, Arkema Chemicals India Private Limited. Arkema. All right, I'm going to just be a little quick with the names. I request the next sponsor to kindly be ready in the front. Arpit Synthetics. Please give them a huge round of applause. Arpit Synthetics. And I request our next sponsor, Bharat Solvent and Chemical Corp, to be ready on the side. Please give a huge round of applause to Bharat Solvent and Chemical Corp. Welcoming our next gold sponsor, Boschers India Chemicals Private Limited. And I request Chemeline Specialities to please join us and be ready. Chemeline Specialities. Do we have someone from Chemeline here? Do we have someone from Chemeline? Moving on to Chemtrade Overseas Private Limited. Welcoming our next gold sponsors, Chemtrade Overseas Private Limited. And I request Delta Specialities to kindly join us and be ready. Let's hear it for Delta Specialities. Our next gold sponsor, Eastern Polycraft Industries Limited. Eastern Polycraft. Do we have someone from Eastern? Yes. Let's hear it for him, please, everybody. Welcoming our next gold sponsor, Ferricon Equipments. Ferricon Equipments. Frigmares Engineers. Coming up, Frigmares Engineers. Do we have someone from Frigmares Engineers? Moving on to Ideal Chemiplast Private Limited. Let's welcome Ideal Chemiplast Private Limited. Welcoming our next gold sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Kamdhenu Limited, Kamdhenu Paints. K-Tech India Limited. Please welcome K-Tech India Limited. Moving on to Kusumoto Chemicals Limited. Kusumoto Chemicals Limited. Let's hear it for Kusumoto Chemicals Limited. And our next gold sponsor this evening, Lancex India Private Limited, Energizing Chemistry. Lancex India Private Limited. Please give a huge round of applause to Magnus Impex Private Limited. Saint Gobain Magnus Impex Private Limited. Mehek Enterprise. Our next gold sponsor, Mehek Enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, Metal India Products Private Limited. Please welcome Metal India Products Private Limited. Naveen Marbles Private Limited. Welcoming Naveen Marbles Private Limited. Pab Polymers. Pab Polymers. Do we have Pab Polymers? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is said that the more we celebrate, the more there is in life to celebrate. So why not celebrate each moment? And for now, let's celebrate this moment. And I request everybody to be a part of it. Let's have the music loud when they're walking, not when I'm talking. And let's clap to the beats of music. Everybody, let's make some noise. Let's welcome our sponsors coming up next. First Stop Winning Formulas. First Stop Chemicals India Private Limited. Everyone, come on, I want to hear you make some noise. Zordar taaliyan. Raj Scientific Company. Our next gold sponsor, Raj Scientific Company. Ramnik Lal S. Gosalia and Company. welcoming Ramniklal S. Gosalia and Company. Do we have someone from Ramniklal? Moving on to our next gold sponsor, Ravishya Colors Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause, Ramniklal S. Gosalia and Company. Please welcome Ravishya Colors Private Limited. One more request for all our sponsors to kindly join us in the front rows. We still have a few chairs empty. Please join us in the front rows. Moving on to our next sponsor for the evening, Satish Chemical India Private Limited. Please give a huge round of applause to Satish Chemical India Private Limited. Shyam Paints Industries, carbon premium quality finishes. Please welcome Shyam Paints Industries. सारे हमारे स्पॉन्सर्स आप हमसे दूर कैसे बैठ सकते हैं प्लीज जॉइन अस आगे की कुर्सियों पर आकर बैठ जाइए मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट वन शताब्दी केमिकल्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड लेट्स वेलकम शताब्दी केमिकल्स प्राइवेट लिमिटेड Saujanya Color Private Limited. Please welcome Saujanya. Ladies and gentlemen, Spark E. Lena Polymers Private Limited. इसके लिए एक्स्ट्रा तालियां होनी चाहिए एवरीवन कम ऑन जोरों से तालियां प्लीज The Metal Powder Company Limited, MEPCO. Please welcome MEPCO, the Metal Powder Company Limited. Tuyan Industries, our gold sponsor. Last but not the least for the gold sponsors, Tuyan Industries. Ladies and gentlemen, those were our gold sponsors. We thank them all. Moving on to our silver sponsors, may I please request Mr. Rohan Bhasin to join in and present these mementos to our silver sponsors. Ladies and gentlemen, ABCD Drums and Barrels Industries. Please welcome our first silver sponsor for the evening, ABCD Drums and Barrels Industries. And please give Mr. Rohan a huge round of applause, everyone. Annu Brothers Private Limited. Please welcome Annu. Our silver sponsor, Anu. Moving on to the next one, ladies and our next silver sponsor, ASR Resin and Chemicals Company. Please welcome ASR. Welcoming Bentech, Our next silver sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Bentech. Please give a huge round of applause to Britex Enterprises. Britex. Bright as I am, Britex. Do we have someone? No, moving on to Chemi Enterprises. Ladies and gentlemen, Chemi Enterprises. Covalent Connections, Mittal Enterprises. Let's welcome Mittal Enterprises, Covalent Connections. Our next silver sponsor, DR Coats Ink and Raisins Private Limited. Not with us. Empowera Techno Organics Private Limited. Please welcome Empowera. Bonds Beyond Chemistry. Do we have Empowera with us? FMC. Let's welcome Famous Minerals and Chemicals. Let's grow together, FMC. Welcoming our next silver sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, Chemco Corporation. Chemco Corporation. Sir, आप तो दूर से रैंप वॉक करते आ रहे हैं. One more time, I request, जितने silver sponsors बचे हैं, आगे आ जाइए. Chemco Corporation, moving on to our next one, Maldives Catalyst Private Limited. Maldives Catalysts Private Limited. Please give a huge round of applause to Mittal Containers Private Limited. Premier Pigments and Chemicals, PP&C, Premier Pigments and Chemicals. Please welcome Prime Organic Products. Prime Organic Products. Please welcome Raisins and Plastics Limited. Raisins and Plastics Limited. Welcoming our next silver sponsor, ladies and gentlemen, SB Shah and Company Private Limited. Now there's a change in the music. इस पर तो तालियां बजनी चाहिए. New music, जोर से तालियां होनी चाहिए. SB Shah and Company Private Limited. Welcoming our next silver sponsor, Shri Metal Containers. Shri Metal Containers. Ladies and gentlemen, Troy Chemical India Private Limited. Let's welcome Troy Chemical India Private Limited. Please welcome Vega Chemicals Private Limited. Vega Chemicals Private Limited. last but not the least, for the silver sponsors, Raj Specialty Additive. With that, ladies and gentlemen, we also have our platinum sponsor, Ultratech, who've joined in. Please give a huge round of applause to our platinum sponsor, Ultratech. Special thanks to all our sponsors. Please give them all a huge round of applause. Everybody, to all our sponsors who've supported us, who've been there for us. Moving on to next set of people who are equally important. Ladies and gentlemen, our patrons. And I request our conveners to stay back. I request the conveners to stay back to present the memento to our patrons. Shri Ashok Gend, patron and past president IPCA. Zordar taaliyan ho jaye. Please welcome Mr. Ashok Gend. Please welcome Shri Anil Khanna ji, patron and past president IPCA. Do we have Anil Khanna ji with us? Moving on to our next patron, Shri Vinod Karwa ji, patron and past president IPCA. Please welcome Shri Vinod Karwa. And last but not the least, Shri Harish Agarwal ji. Please welcome Shri Harish Agarwal ji.